Good morning.
Hi. That happens. That has to be the longest opening ever in creation. I mean, we stand here like this.
Ready to go.
Like it
Let's
seems like
do it.
15 minutes.
I know. It's
We're
crazy.
a little tardy this morning, so we apologize for that. But we have such interesting guests, and we started talking before the show, and we lost track of time. So
blah blah blah. That's what we do.
That's what we do.
That's what we do best. But we had a crazy couple of weeks since the last time we saw you.
Yes, we did. We did. I don't know where you're going, but I'm going to follow you.
Well,
where are we going to start with this crazy roller coaster?
This is first off, before we get into current events, let's talk a little bit about where we were the last 2 weeks. We had a lot going on. We raised money for the North Shore Animal League with Beth Stern at Prime.
Right.
Do you remember that? That was. It seems like so long ago, but that was our last show.
That's a great event.
Yeah.
That's a great event.
And we have some pictures from that event.
Mm-hmm.
We were with Michael Bolson first, and that's who owns Prime. I don't know if you remember, but Michael Bolson was one of our very first guests on our show a year ago.
Yep.
So Vicki, let's pull up the picture of Michael and Regina and I. And you know, he does look really good.
Yeah.
He does. He doesn't seem to change.
No, he's doing well. He's enjoying himself. Everything is taking off that they're doing. All the other restaurants, and they're having a great, phenomenal season. I mean, down at Prime, you're one of their every Friday night.
It's my favorite place.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yeah, it's beautiful down there.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm
is.
from Huntington, and I love Huntington, and I love spending time down there in the summer, especially. It's just one of the most wonderful places on Long Island. And today, actually, all of our guests are from Huntington, so that's exciting.
That's true. That's true.
Yes. And we happened to stand next to one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen, is Beth Stern.
Oh yes, she is just a doll, and she's
so tall.
So yes, she's you know, they say a tall drink of water. Well, she definitely is a tall drink of water. She's stunning. She's beautiful. But you know what touched me so much is you could see her sincerity when it came to the animals.
Oh, yeah.
Because we were there, and it was probably, I don't know, 90-something degrees.
And a little drizzly.
And she was saying to them, you know, she was holding, you know, certain animals for certain pictures, and she was saying to the handlers, okay, this one has to go back in the AC. This one has to go here. This one needs this. And she was so concerned. Yeah. And it was so sincere. Like, it wasn't like for the camera.
No.
You know, it was
really,
no
camera.
That impressed me. And also, I forgot her book.
Yeah.
I forgot to bring her book. It's actually out east.
Yeah. We had her sign a book for us. We donated the money for her cause, and she, you know, personally autographed it to Regina and I, and to the Shake It Up fans. So we'll have some pictures of that.
We're actually thinking. Sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Sorry. We're actually thinking of putting together a show for North Shore Animal League.
I want to do that.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to get in contact with them and make that happen. I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's okay. We're big
I'm at the
animal
age
lovers.
where if I don't say it, then I don't remember.
Boom, it's
Yeah,
fun.
it's
I
horrible.
know. But we had a great time, and I think there's a shot of just me and you hanging out.
Oh, having some fun.
We could pull that up, yeah.
Oh, remember the woman that we met from the what was it? The umbrellas.
Yes,
She was
very
from down
cute.
south.
Yes.
And she said we were front door company.
Yeah,
we were front door company.
I love that accent.
How y'all doing? But she had that whole drawl.
She was adorable.
Yeah, it was very cute.
But from there, we spent 4 or 5 days in the Hamptons together.
Oh yeah, then we shot out to the Hamptons. That's why the book is in the Hamptons.
Yeah, exactly. So we had a great time. We rented a boat and we went all over the place.
That was so much fun.
And we got stuck in the mud a couple of times, but we managed to get through it.
You know, the landscape of the water has changed so much because of all of the, you know, hurricanes and floods and everything. So it's kind of scary when you go out there and you haven't been, it's your first time really out.
Absolutely.
But you have to navigate, and it's like, it's so low, the water. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, what was great was we managed to get the girls to the beach, and we managed to spend a little time at Rumba's, which is one of our favorite bars.
Yes.
And hopefully we'll be able to bring a show to you live from Rumba's soon.
Yes,
that's our
we're
goal.
working on that with Dave and Freddie, the bar. Hey, Freddie.
Hi, Freddie. What's great about them is they have, first of all, phenomenal food. I mean, the food is just excellent. We had a taco assortment of fresh fish and chicken and braised beef. It was delicious. So we recommend going to Rumba's. They also own Cowfish, so that's a great place.
And you can take the little Rumba bus.
Yeah.
They call it the Rum bus, but Rum boat. They call it the Rum boat.
Yeah.
And it's a little pontoon boat that takes you from Rumba straight over to Cowfish. So it's kind of cute. It's an experience. And people bring children there. I mean, it's not like it's just
it's a lot of fun.
an adult place. Yeah. And it's
great.
a lot of fun. And their food is very good quality food. Like, it's not like bar food or anything. It's nothing like that. It's very, very, very good food. So I recommend it. And so is Cowfish.
Yeah.
You liked it, right?
Cowfish was delicious. Yeah, the girls loved it. But I think they're on the next picture now. So let me talk a little bit about this. We mentioned Prime before, happy hour. This is what it's all about, people. The sun's setting on the decks, hanging out with your friends. Come meet me any Friday night. I try to get down there as often as possible. It's wonderful.
Yeah, you guys had a big crowd.
We did. And then, of course, where did we go? To Del Tazo afterward, and saw Luigi for
LTL.
For a little dinner, a little late dinner. So it was really nice.
Did you see that he was making that gnocchi with
with a bean of some sort, right?
Chickpea, fresh mint, and something in gnocchis for all people who have allergies to gluten. And it was such an amazing dish, and I thought that it was so great that he's always been like leading in that, like catering to that type of menu and a healthier fare.
For sure.
And I thought that was great. I'm going to order that. I just want to taste it.
Yeah, it was delicious. Well, we're going to see him tomorrow night. We're going to go down there and hang out with Luigi. So
I'm exhausted.
I know, me too. And then finally, the last event that we went to this week was our huge Healthy Body Team event in New Jersey. We were
900 people there.
Yeah, 900. And how many local from just us?
35.
35 people. Now, this is an event that happens 4 times a year. And I remember going to the very first one. I think we were 4 people.
Yep.
4 people.
And wait, the year before that, it was me and Jody. We were 2 people.
Yeah. So you can see how much our team has grown, and we are thankful to have them all a part of our lives.
Yes.
Today, they're wonderful, wonderful people.
Yeah, we are really like family.
Yeah.
And it's incredible when you sit in a room with so many other people, and you're all like-minded, and you're all looking for a better way, a healthier lifestyle, a better way financially, and the content that we received on Saturday. The
information.
Yes, just the trainings, the mindset, the coaching. It was just first class. It was incredible. So I want to thank Alexis.
Yes.
I want to thank Jeff. I want to thank the panel. I think CG, I know you had to cut out a few minutes early.
Yes.
But CG did a panel with just the guys.
Oh, that's
that was so powerful. So that I want to just acknowledge them for that, because that was like something different. They've never done that before. It was really great. And Jeff is great. In fact, Jeff is going to be here August 1st.
I'm
on
excited
Saturday.
To see him.
Yes,
everybody's welcome. Hilton. Everyone's welcome to come to that.
He's a phenomenal mindset coach.
Get that information if you want to email Regina and I at Shake It Up with Karen and Regina at gmail.com. We'll give you the information. You can register for that event. Jeffrey Combs is one of the most inspirational and motivational people that I've ever had the presence of being.
Yeah, he's incredible.
So
his story is so I mean, he had me in tears twice on Saturday.
It's very moving. So try to get yourself there.
Right, and message us on Facebook. If you message us, reach out to us, private message us. We'll get you the information to the event.
Now, here's what I want to say.
Oh yeah, what's this? This is now. I don't know what she's going to talk about.
Okay, so you know how when you're taking off your makeup, you use those cloths from either Neutrogena or the makeup remover.
Wipes.
Right.
Yeah.
But what I found out is that those wipes have so many chemicals in them.
Yes.
They are like toxic. So I did a little investigation and I found something that was phenomenal. And it's from Sephora.
Oh.
Okay. And it's this, feel this, it's a cloth, that it's clean, it's just a clean cloth that you use with warm water. You soak it, and it takes off everything, even my waterproof mascara. So it's just this particular cloth.
Is it treated with something?
It's not treated with anything, no. It's all natural. And you just wet it.
Really?
Right. You just wet it with the warm water. You do a little circular motion.
Right.
Comes right off. You rinse off the cloth. You hang it up to dry, and then you use it the next day.
Stop
and it's machine washable. So it came with a packet too. So I'm going to give you that one. You can have that one.
I love presents.
She loves presents. And
Oh, Karen, this is awesome.
Right? And it's so gentle, it'll probably be great for her eyelashes.
Yes, because I have to be careful.
Yes, she has to be very careful with her eyelashes. And it's, well, Jennifer Lynn Puzelli from the Hair and Lash Boutique in Roslyn.
Yes, I'm addicted.
Yeah, does Regina's lashes now and always says to her, you need to be very careful.
Yes, and I am.
So, here.
But this is wonderful. Thank you so much.
On the back. Yes, enjoy it.
And how did you find that?
You know, because I just was sick of buying those things and having, you know, I felt like there were chemicals in my eyes every time I used them. Like I didn't like it. So I did a little investigation and that's what I came up with, and I tried it and I ordered them. And I love it. I just love it. So yeah, that's yours. You try it.
You want a little bit of your icing?
Yeah. So we're addicted to teas, Regina and I, and the chai tea that we offer through our company is literally something I can't live without.
Delish.
I have days and days of it, but this is actually a Tivana tea.
This is it. So you switch it up every once in a while.
I switch it up. Yes,
yeah.
and sometimes
but this is so refreshing.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
what
it's
is
really
this?
nice. This is just a Robius chai.
A Robius chai?
Robius chai.
Oh, Robius.
Robius chai. And it's from Tivana.
You like that too? She likes that too.
Yeah, it's great. I put a little blue agave in it, you know, the liquid.
Right.
Just to sweeten it up a bit, and it's my favorite.
Now, I never got that brewing down pat.
Yeah, we're going to have to. Well, you know, I also have the
tutorial
Brewville, which is the machine that does it. But yeah, we're going to have to teach you.
Yeah, but I don't get it.
Get with it. Get with it. It's easy. It's easy.
That's what everybody says.
It's
I don't get it.
It's
I do what they tell me. I put the scoops in. I I put the, you know, the thing on top of the glass and let it come down, and it never tastes the way they make it.
Who knows? Who knows?
It never tastes the way Karen makes
correctly.
it. And it never tastes the way they make it in the store. And it's $100 worth of tea later, so it's very annoying.
Well, you know what I like also is that, you know, in the store, that's a great store, but they use that rock sugar. It's like...
they made me buy that too. I bought that too.
I don't like that. I don't like that. First of all, it's too sweet, number one. And number two, it's just like pure cane sugar. It's not good. And I don't even know if it's natural. It comes in all different colors and stuff, so there's got to be artificial flavors and stuff in it.
Oh, I don't know anything. Yeah.
But I buy from Trader Joe's. They have the organic blue agave.
Right.
Like liquid.
That I have.
I love it. I love it. So good.
Yeah. I do. I use that. I don't really use sugar as much.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay. So now what are we talking about? Are we done with the pictures?
Yes. Excuse me. We're all done with the pictures. Yes. Well, here's what I want to talk about. If you remember, 2 weeks ago, we sat here with Catalina Rivera. And Regina and I, or maybe more than 2 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago, we were floored because, as you know, I went into Catalina's office and had a little treatment done, thinking that it's all, but thinking, I was going in there thinking this is all a bunch of hocus pocus. Nuh-uh, okay, not hocus pocus, because I was affected by what she did to me. To this day, it's still in my brain, and I can't wait to start my sessions with her.
No, I know. She is a phenomenal Reiki healer, and we were just introduced to Reiki by our friend Beth, and who went through a severe health challenge, really severe, and you'll hear a little bit more about her story. And this person was introduced to Beth, and it's changed her life. And then she in turn shared that with us. And now we want to take it a step further because we want to get involved with the holistic side of healing, period. You know, so we have the pleasure of having two very special people on the show today.
Yes, Dr. Pina and Dr. Peter from Inner Source Health down in Huntington Village also was able to treat Beth in conjunction with what Catalina was doing and has really turned, you know, her life around. And we were so curious about what else they can do and who else they can treat and what other illnesses, you know, can be cured without the use of toxic medicines. And that's, you know, something, as you know, is very important to Regina and I. So they're here today on the set with us, and we are so excited to find out more. So I think what we should do...
go right to the...
Yeah, we should go to commercial break because we really have a lot to cover with them. So our next show coming up is going to be a little bit different. It's with Robert Yagani from Love My Shoes. So that'll be in a couple of weeks, August 5th.
Yes.
I know that he's very excited to be on with us, and you know how we love our shoes.
Yes, we do.
So when we come back, we will talk with InnerSource Health, and as we go out, Vicki, if you want to just put their logo up, all of their information is on our website. If you want to follow along, just click on over and join us in a few.
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching, doing it to help her with her pain. Vicki is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicki is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
Welcome back. Here we are. Regina and I were just talking about how we matched today.
Yeah.
We didn't even realize. So don't think like we call each other at night and be like...
We don't have time for that, Karen.
No, we don't. We were out last night.
First of all, what about the training calls from last night?
Yeah, they were great.
Oh,
great.
my
Hands
goodness.
up to Jody
Incredible.
and Todd.
Yes, they were
did
incredible.
a great job.
Incredible. And Jeff was, I couldn't sleep all night. They had
Yeah.
me all riled up. It's 11:30 at night. I'm like,
Yeah,
ready to
it's
take
too
on a
much.
marathon. Yeah.
All right, so enough about us. We
Yes.
would like to formally introduce our guests to you today. Of course, you met Beth Gambella on the show with Catalina Rivera, and she's again joining us. And what she did was she reached out to her holistic healthcare practitioners who really made a difference in her life and brought them along to the set, and that's Dr. Pina Lo Giudice and Dr. Peter Bongiorno. So they're here with us. Welcome.
Thanks for having us. It's a real pleasure.
We love those Italian names. We have 3 Italian names on the couch.
That's right.
Vito, Galli, there's all vowels.
That's it.
I love that. I love that.
It's so much fun. Yeah, absolutely. So, again, it's our honor to have you here because we didn't know too much about what it is that you do. And when Beth really, got into detail about how you helped her, we were floored. So tell us a little bit about your practice and your beliefs and what made you get into this kind of medicine.
Right.
Sure. So Peter and I are naturopathic physicians, and so what that means is that we went to a 4-year medical school, just like your conventional medical doctor, your MD or DO. So it's the same basic science training in terms of anatomy, physiology, pharmacology. But on top of that, we learn about holistic medical care in terms of how to heal the body, mind, body, and spirit, because we are a complete whole. We're not separated into parts as believed in the conventional medical model. So we're expertly trained in diet, nutrition, herbal medicine, vitamin therapy, in drug-herb interactions, and homeopathy. Peter and I did a separate master's degree as well in acupuncture, so we, in our practice, incorporate Eastern and Western medicine within our philosophy. So it's really about, how to heal the body, finding the root cause of illness rather than suppressing it with medications first.
Mm-hmm. That's really key.
It is, because listen, I have to say it, and you know what? I don't really care. I don't care. I'll be like Whoopi Goldberg. Send me
or Donald
whatever
Trump.
Emails you want to send me. Send me. But all they want to do is write you a prescription.
Yeah.
They don't want to find out what's causing the problem. They don't want to find out how come you're having the problem. They don't want to prevent the problem. They just want to make money, and they want to write you a prescription. And so it's really, like Karen said, our honor to have you guys here today, because we also, as we'll be talking more, we want to make a little history here today. So we'll get to that a little bit later and see what we can do to push some things forward.
That would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be really great.
So Dr. Peter and you have both appeared on national television shows. Why don't we talk a little bit about that? How did you even get that kind of exposure? Because that's really good.
Well, you know what, Peter Peter and I, we're from New York, and we're from here, and we went to our medical school out in Seattle, and came back home and just started our practice together and figured it out. And
we're married, by the way.
We're married.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
I thought so.
I did not know.
How is it? Do you like working with your partner every day?
It's got ups and downs.
Yes, sure.
Definitely
Yes.
ups and downs,
Yes.
but he's really easy. So, and we have 2 office locations, so half the week he's
Right.
in Manhattan, and so it's not 24/7
Right.
every day.
But it's great that you share the same passion. That's great.
Yeah, we actually met beforehand doing medical research at the National Institutes of Health in Washington, D.C.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually have a conventional medicine background with regards to research, and that's how we met, but both of us were very passionate about natural medicine. So
When I met Pina, she was reading a book on acupuncture,
Mm-hmm.
and I had learned about naturopathic medicine. And so we told each other about those medicines and kind of dared each other to do something unconventional, and go the more alternative route. And that's what we did.
right. And
Sparks flew.
yeah, so it became
Long study
great.
nights. We get it.
It was, yeah. Yeah, so then we
You
came.
gotta study.
Yeah. No, we did plenty of that. Obviously, we passed. But yeah, so we came back home and started our practice, and we started 11 years ago, where there weren't many naturopathic doctors on Long Island. So
Right.
Yeah,
now there's been
that's
beautiful
groundbreaking.
growth of people doing holistic medical care, because we obviously felt there's such a need here in New York, and for New Yorkers to have this option in their health care. And so
For sure.
we're so excited to actually be here and actually spread the word. So we're thrilled.
So tell us, walk us through a little bit of an first office visit, because I don't think people know what to expect, and
Well,
maybe
what
that.
to come for you for?
Yeah.
Like what do they come for you for?
Sure. I tell you, many different types of issues. Typically, they've been to a conventional medical doctor or a few docs, and have all the tests, and and they're just not quite getting the help that they need or the resolution that they need. So then they try holistic medicine, because
Right.
either a friend tells them about us or another patient. And basically what we do is we'll sit down with each person. We spend about an hour and a half for the first visit.
Wow.
And most of that's just talking. We talk about, obviously, what the concerns are. And then we talk about all the basics. We talk about how their sleep going, what are they eating, exercise or lack of exercise, spiritually what's going on, what are the stressors like, do they do relaxation, what vitamins are they taking, what herbs are they taking. We also check in on what medications they're taking because we want to make sure we're not having any negative interactions with medications they're currently on.
Sure.
If their doctors are open to it, we're really happy to communicate with their physicians. So this way we kind of create more of a team care approach.
Do you find doctors want to communicate with you?
I find it's rare. You know, it's not very often,
That's a shame.
but occasionally they do, and we're really open to that, and we think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Because that's in the best interest of the patient, having more people
And
working together.
An office visit, I'm just saying again, send me the letters, I don't care. An office visit, it's like they come in, they have the chart, what's this, what's wrong, what's this, yeah, okay, here you go, and you leave.
Yeah.
That's basically what an
to
office
be
visit
fair,
is.
I mean, first of all, medications in emergency cases can be
Well,
life-saving.
right.
So,
Yes.
so there is a place for them. So we're not blanketly against them. We're taught, you know, when used properly, you can save a life. Unfortunately, most docs don't have a lot of time, and with the insurance situation, they have a lot of pressure to kind of move from one patient to the next and check off the boxes, and you know, and so a lot of times to get people feeling better, it's the only thing they could do in the time they have.
Right.
So, and that's why I think patients like working with us, because we spend a lot more time. We're kind of outside that system, and it allows us to spend the time and really figure out what's going on, and really, you know, figure out what we need to do to help the body heal itself.
Now, do you use traditional medicines at all in your office? Do you prescribe them to your patients?
No, in fact,
Never.
in the state of New York, we're not legally allowed to prescribe them. So even
Wow.
though we're taught them
Right.
in our medical
That's
training,
crazy.
yeah, in other states we can prescribe,
It's
but
such-
the state of New York, yeah, that's a whole nother issue.
Yeah,
we
I
talk
can't
about the whole
Right. And it's
licensing.
unfortunate
Yeah.
because as patients want to come in and get a comprehensive care, because we do have that training to prescribe and really know, you know what, okay, you know, maybe antibiotic now is warranted, but let's take these botanicals with it, or let's try these botanicals but hold off on the antibiotic or other things. So for us, our hands are tied because of how the laws are here in New York. So that's why we would love the opportunity for integrative care, because the laws don't allow us to practice how we're trained. We're always looking for other physicians, conventional physicians that would work with us, because really it's about the patient and what's their best care. You know, the patient's coming in looking for health and healing, and unfortunately it's got to be like, you know, pick and choose and here and there, and then they'll come to us. And then I know Beth had this situation where her doctor says, well, don't go see her, you know, she's a quack or she's crazy or whatever, you know, and
Really?
and it puts the patient in a corner. And it's the worst situation as a patient to be in, because you know intuitively that, you know what, this may be a good medicine for me.
makes sense for
and
me.
this makes sense.
Yeah.
And then I have the conventional model saying, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
What is a patient to do? So that's why we love educating and saying, you know what, it's okay to have someone like us in your back pocket while you, especially in New York, you know, have your conventional medical care, and so we could find that balance as Beth did in her life.
Yeah. Well, I mean, speaking of Beth, Beth, you started with Inner Source Health, or you started with Catalina? How did your journey go?
Well, she started with conventional
So I
medicine.
started with conventional
Well, right
medicine.
after that, yeah.
For 6.5 years, I saw 16 physicians, and for 3 autoimmune issues, and everyone was just writing me different prescriptions for different kinds of drugs. They weren't quite sure how to help me. I had so many different issues going on at one time. My biggest issue, I think, was always my Sjogren's disease, which affected my eyesight, my vision. The lupus was pretty significant at first. It was causing a lot of welts, a lot of bruising, swelling all over my body. But the doctors put that under control, kind of masking my symptoms with a lot of steroids. And the steroids were then affecting my liver and kidney function. So I knew after 6.5 years of going down that route and really not solving any issues, just masking problems, that I needed something else. And it was very coincidental the way I came across Inner Source. I was at a barbecue, and my husband was complaining of a back issue to a friend. And the friend said, well, I have a sister who is a holistic doctor at Huntington Village, and I think she can help you. And here's her business card. Why don't you give her a call? So my husband said, well, what about for Beth? what about for her autoimmune diseases? And I said, you know, I don't really think that's the route I want to take. But I'll go with you. So my husband went to see Dr. Pina first for a back issue.
Oh, I
and
didn't know
she
that.
started
Okay.
helping him. And then while I was there, as I was leaving, my husband said, come on, give it a try. And I said, Dr. Pina, what do you think? This is what I have going on. You know, do you think you could help someone like me? And she said, I do. I really believe that I can help you. Make an appointment, see you right away, and let's sit down and talk about it. And exactly what she said she does for first consultation. She sits down with you. She sat with me for 3 hours.
Wow.
She knew how bad I wanted to be well.
Right.
And she was one of the most compassionate, amazing doctors I've ever met.
That's
You're gonna make
wonderful.
me cry.
She is
It was
a
life changing for
godsend.
you.
It
Yeah,
really
I mean,
is.
Yeah.
It really, just the way she spoke with me, and she
Right.
reassured me that she's seen patients with some of the same illnesses I have, and she's really been able to help. She
Yeah.
cares. She makes a difference.
Now,
That's
Beth,
great.
you know, you're in a terrific position because you're able to afford these services. Where
Well,
how many?
I got to stop you because
People
that's
can't.
that's a big topic,
Yeah.
and we have to go to commercial. So
Okay.
I don't want to
We'll be
cut
right
that
back.
short. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Tom Mealy from Madhousetv, and when I'm not at the studio, I'm here at the Harrison Law Group. This is my real job. And this January 2015, Brett and I are putting together a show called Legal Straight Talk. It'll be aired on Cablevision as well as here at Madhousetv. You need to tune in. This information that we're going to be giving the public is the real deal. It's all about what you should do, what you shouldn't do. So tune in this January 2015 for a new episode of Legal Straight Talk.
After all the candles are blown out, after the last toast of the night, Cambridge paving stones with Armortech stand the test of time. Beautifully designed, built to last. Only Cambridge paving stones have Armortech, our unique process that produces a rich, distinctive color. Create your own memories with Cambridge paving stones. Visit CambridgePavers.com.
Cambridge paving stones with Armortech will always look like new.
Welcome to the Rehab Center located at 2025 Brentwood Road in Brentwood, New York. At the center we offer chiropractic services, acupuncture, and physical therapy. We take most major medical, no-fault, and workers' comp insurance. If you need these types of services, contact the offices at 631-234-4949. That's 631-234-4949.
Welcome back. Before we went to break, we were talking a little bit about the fact that, you know, Beth was in a financial position to be able to pay for her visits at, you know, Inner Source Health, and unfortunately, insurance companies don't recognize this form of medicine as, you know, something that they're willing to cover, and that's ridiculous.
Imagine that.
It's ridiculous is what it is, because, you know, you just heard Beth's story about literally being healed by this medicine. So if this is a healing source, then why wouldn't it be an alternative for people to be able to choose to get better? So let's talk to you guys about, you know, what people can do.
I'd like to address that. So I'm president of the New York Association of Naturopathic Physicians.
Okay.
And we've had a bill actually in the legislature, in the New York State legislature, because licensing medical practices is a state issue.
State by
And
state.
so we've been fighting for over 10 years to get our license through. And despite not really having the money that you need for a strong lobbyist, and despite not having the money to pay for campaigns, which is kind of expected in Albany, that you give money to different campaigns, you know,
Right.
so the legislatures.
Isn't that what it's
legislators
all
have
about,
a little more
right? For
interest
them
in
it
you.
is, you know.
There are a number of legislators who were open to us and believe in us, and so we actually got through the through the Senate, and now we're stuck in the Assembly, which we've been for about the past 5 years.
Wow.
And the committee that we're stuck in is unfortunately very influenced by the medical society. So it's actually the medical doctors of the state of New York that are holding up the story.
Could you imagine? It's all about money, isn't it?
And the
It's
issue
really what it
is,
comes
and,
down
and the
to.
truth is, you know, when they challenge us saying, well, you know, you don't have the proper training and this and that, you know, the truth is we're licensed in 18 states to practice as primary care physicians. And in those states, it's been clearly shown that we save money for the state, that we can prevent disease, that we help patients, that the malpractice is extremely low, meaning that the naturopathic doctors aren't really hurting people at all. So despite all that information, you know, it's really just kind of a turf battle. It's like, you know what, this is my playground and I don't want you playing on my playground. And that's really what it is. And so what people can do is they can write to their legislators, their state legislators, their assemblymen and their state senators, and say, listen, we know there's a bill there and we really want this to go through. And if we, you know, because if enough people ask for it, that will get past anything else.
Now, I know in the past when, you know, I've gotten things from the high school about the, you know, Common Core, and there's usually like a form letter, and that they tell you exactly who to contact. Do you guys have that available on your website?
Yes.
Okay, so talk to us a little bit about that. How make it as easy as possible for our viewers to be able to help you.
If you go to our website, which is innersourcehealth.com,
Okay.
At the very bottom, there's a link for the what's called the NYAN, as in Nancy P, New York Association of Naturopathic Physicians. Or if people want to go directly, they can go to NYANP.org. Okay. And all that information is there. Like, very, very easy.
Leads
you pop
them right
in,
to do,
your
be able to
address,
do it.
Right to the, and it sends it right out.
That's great, because I know that that'll make it a lot easier for people.
If anyone wants to talk about it, they can call me, and I'll be happy to talk with them.
Terrific.
It's you know, it's very exciting for me because we can change healthcare in New York. And if we change
and we need to.
And if we change healthcare in New York, the rest of the country will go too, because it's very influential. We're really excited about really making a big, big change that will affect millions of people.
Well, whatever, you know, however we can lend, and that, again, this is one of the major reasons why Karen and I started to do this show, is we wanted to use our platform to, you know, have some fun, obviously, because we like to have fun, but we also wanted to be able to, you know, address some serious issues that maybe we could, you know, shed a light on and make it easier for people to get involved and participate and raise awareness on what's going on, because it's just it's mind-boggling to me also that, you know, recently in the news we were just talking about, I think it's 9 doctors, homeopathic doctors are missing or have been found dead in the past 2 weeks.
What?
What's that?
And yeah.
Where is that?
And it's in New York, right?
I believe
and
so.
I just heard about it over the weekend as well.
I heard a bit about it over the weekend. It was actually one of the headlines came across Facebook, and I looked at it. At first, I thought,
wait, what do you mean they're missing? They're
missing? 7, I think. So Tom's saying they're all dead. I think the headline was that 7 of them are deceased, and 2 of them are presumed dead.
Where were they?
I'm not quite sure.
I don't know. I don't know the particulars of each case.
Also.
Wow,
but the point is that they were speaking out and really making their presence known regarding, you know, the issue with vaccines and vaccinations and certain different types of things, and they were really getting a lot of attention.
A lot.
And now they're can't be found, or they're found dead. And he's going to look it up for us to get the particulars.
Oh my God.
But I find that incredible that happened in 2 weeks, and it's really not on the news.
Right.
Like, we're trying to get bits and pieces of information.
You know what we always say? I mean, Peter and I lecture a lot. You know, I've been on Dr. Oz 19 times, Katie Couric, Peter's been on Fox News, we both have. You know, so we go on national media because people are looking for this option in healthcare, because when we lecture, you know, people realize that, you know, people think that we're #1 in healthcare in the world, but when it comes to chronic disease, the United States is actually 37th in the world, between like Slovenia and Czechoslovakia. So we're very low down. When it comes to acute care, like God forbid you get hit by a truck, we are #1. So fine. But when it comes to this chronic illness, you know, we don't know what we're doing. And so, and I appreciate, you know, us having the opportunity to speak on public forums, and I know even Dr. Oz himself has gotten a lot of flack, and they were trying to get him off the air because of this sense of threat. And it's really unfortunate, because when you look at the model of abundance, and you realize there's plenty for everyone, and you're looking out the intention for a fellow human being, and you're acknowledging, you know, and in honoring that person and what's best for them as we walk through this earth school, you know, that it shouldn't be the way that it is. And hearing a story like this really is so disheartening and unfortunate.
Disturbing.
And
Well,
disturbing.
they operate from a place of lack.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and when you come from that place,
Right.
it's a very hostile environment.
It is.
And it's scary that's what and you're supposed to be
A healer, you know,
Right.
You know, and that's the thing. You know, the Latin word for doctor is docere, which
Yeah.
means to teach. So you're supposed to teach your patient about themselves and how to heal and find the path for themselves.
Right.
And instead, it's unfortunately become something else.
Okay, Tommy just told me 5 dead and 5 are missing. So that's 10 people.
That's really insane.
After a run-in with the feds.
After a run-in with the Federal Bureau of Investigation or
Just says feds.
Feds.
Okay, so you know, here's what it comes down to. It's that it's almost like a mafia, in a sense, like where the drug companies control the
Yeah, it's like racketeering,
medical
yeah.
field. The medical field controls or lobbies, you know, with the senators and the presidents and everything else. And it's very difficult to get around. But by writing these letters and by demanding
doable.
demanding
Yeah.
that this take place, we can make a change. So, you know, absolutely, I encourage all of you to please go on the Inner Health Source website and click on that link for the information on how to write to your senators and your legislators in your state. So even if you're not in New York, you can still do this and get it done. So we have to do that.
Yeah, we have to do that. I wonder if there's a way that we can get that form on our page.
Probably. I mean,
You know, just I don't know, copy and paste it or whatever.
We'll
But
talk about it after.
yeah,
send you
because
the-
this way people can go straight to our page, because this
That'd
is
be
where
great,
you
thank
can
you.
really make a difference.
Yeah.
Just like we showed you with the Carol M. Baldwin Foundation, you know,
And you
we're,
guys
we're
came
able to
through.
raise a certain amount of money and raise awareness and shine a light on the research and have it go directly to where it's supposed to go, not to, you know, a multi-million-dollar company that's gonna, you know, by the time it gets to the where it's needed, it's 1/10 of what it is. So this is where you can really, really get involved and make a difference. So I really implore everyone to do that, because we always want to come from a place of prevention too. I mean, we just don't. I mean, look at what's happening with the kids. I mean,
well, that's what I was going to ask you next. Is you mentioned about the vaccinations, and what's your stance on having children vaccinated? What's your mindset on that?
You know what? You know, I see a lot of kids in my practice, and that's another thing. People are like, "Can I even bring my kids to you?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Of course." It's, you know, we see from pregnancy, birth, all the way up. So really, it's a primary care. You know, you can see everybody for everything. So so that's great. But with regards to the vaccine, obviously, it's a very hot topic. And you know what? What I tell parents first and foremost is that you do need to educate yourself. Because if a parent does not feel comfortable with having their child unvaccinated, then they should go along with the conventional medical model. You know, what I would say in that realm is at least space them out. Don't give so many at one time. See if your child is going to get a reaction to one. Because if you have 2 or 3, then it's hard for me as the holistic person to be like, well, was it the tetanus, or was it the, you know, the MMR
Hepatitis
or whatever,
or- yeah.
or whatever
Or
it
the
is.
combo.
Or the combination.
Right.
And so, you know, from my standpoint, you know, if some parents don't even know that there is an option with regards to vaccines and not vaccinating, and what you could do for your child if they have chickenpox or measles. You know, many years ago, people did have measles and chickenpox, and they, you know, and they lived, and it was fine.
Yeah.
But if people feel that they don't have something in their toolbox and they don't feel certain that they could take care of their child and take the time off, then I say, okay, follow the model, but at least space it out and wait at least until your child is a little bit older, not when they're newborn. But, you know, from my standpoint too, there are a lot of vaccines that, again, can be very helpful and life-saving, but a lot of them I have a lot of concern about in terms of the effect on the body. So it's really about having to walk a very, it's a gray line, if you will, because again, some people can take the time off of work and care for the child, and some people can't.
And more importantly is also making sure that the focus is on creating a healthy child and a healthy environment.
Absolutely.
I know we do a lot of support for breastfeeding. That's something that's very, very difficult, you know, for especially a new mom. And there's a lot of times when that gets tripped up and stopped when it doesn't have to be. And so it's very important because that imparts, you know, really important information from the immune system of the mom, the immune system of the baby, plus how babies are fed with formulas and things like that, which have god-awful products in them. And, and you know, that's a big part of keeping the child healthy.
You know, so what we do and any naturopath does is individualized medical care. So it's not, you know, in the conventional medical model, you have a stomach ache and you have a stomach ache, they'll give you the same medicine. Where for me, I want to know why do you have the stomach ache and why do you have the stomach ache? You know, so where are you coming from? So I would treat you both very differently. And the same with the child. Like, what's the home environment? Are they going right immediately into daycare? Is the mother not nursing and not imparting that immunity? So it's so multifactorial.
And really, Dr. Pina, what I want to do is get into the different methods that you use. I just want to take a quick commercial break. It'll be our last, and then when we come back, we'll really, you know, get down to how you're going to help somebody.
Okay.
Okay.
Be great.
We'll be back.
What are you looking for? You don't even know that. You on the ball list, so you can't even answer. I'm asking you about it. You gotta be highly skilled. You gotta be highly skilled. You understand that? Are you well versed there? Are you very smart man? Hit me with some funny shit. My shit's twisted. Tell me something. What do you have right there?
That's awesome. Well, that's a big. That's nice.
You know damn well.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Sir. Hey, are you interested in twisted or not?
Yes, I am. Sure. See, you got twisted.
You see what I'm saying? You understand me? And if you can't whip out answers like that, that man is liable to go on a commercial break, punch your fucking mouth loose. You understand me? Time is up, sir. You understand me? You're on. You're the man. All right, give me your name now. I'm sorry.
My name is Willie.
Willie, where you working at?
We are twisted. We are awesome. Love it. Can you repeat that question again?
Galaxy Luxury Coach is a full-service limousine and party bus company. Family-owned and operated, we are an industry leader with over 25 years of experience in providing best-in-class luxury transportation for your special event. Whether it's your precious wedding day, an all-day wine tour out east, your high school prom, that special birthday, or just an amazing night on the town, our professional chauffeurs stand ready to ensure your special event is truly special. Galaxy Luxury Coach has one of the largest and modern party bus fleets in the New York area. Our party buses are simply nightclubs on wheels. Concert sound systems, light shows, lasers and strobes, multicolor LED lighting brilliantly lights your party bus inside and out. For corporate and more laid-back events, we will cater to your specific needs and requests. What sets Galaxy aside from all others in the luxury transportation industry is our attention to detail in customizing our services to your special event. At Galaxy, it's all about you and your guests. Galaxy customers return time and time again because they know they can trust Galaxy to help deliver those lifetime memorable moments. Step aboard and let your Galaxy experience begin. Galaxy Luxury Coach is a full
Stretching under sedation or manipulation under anesthesia is a very gentle, very precise procedure to very slowly release any scar tissue that is formed as a result of a traumatic injury. Many people ask, how does this work? will I get hurt? Will you stretch me too far? We only stretch the body part to its normal range of motion. After completing the post-MUA rehabilitation program, it's very common that our patients say to us, hey, I can play ball with my kid again. Hey, I can bowl again. Hey, I can enjoy hiking again. This is what makes it rewarding to us as practitioners.
Welcome back. I really want to get right back into where we left off.
This is hot topics.
It really is, and you know, you were mentioning different treatments that you do, especially with the breastfeeding and the moms. But how do you determine who gets what kind of treatment, whether they're going to be going for acupuncture or Reiki?
Yeah, it's a great question, and you know, we've been in practice for about 11 years now, and probably not any person got the same treatment plan. We start with a blank piece of paper, and we sit and we talk with each person. So, you know, two people might come in with autoimmune issues, but they'll have a fairly different plan because their life is different, their stressors are different, what they're eating is different, how they're sleeping, all those things. So we need to tailor that to each person to make sure they're getting what they need to get their system back in balance. So, and honestly, a little bit is, I think at this point, even intuition. You know, so, you know, after 11 years, you meet a lot of people and you get a sense about people's energies, and you get a sense of, you know, I think this would work for you. I think this might harmonize for you, and so you start there.
Right, and that's the thing with healing. I mean, healing or life is a journey. So, like with Beth, I just got the sense that Reiki in particular would be very good for her, and that it would, you know, open her up in a way emotionally and spiritually and physically, that because that's the thing, if the blockage is more on an emotional level, for example, I could give 50,000 herbs, but it's going to be helpful, but you know, when you do something energetic, it will just really open the floodgates so that herb or that vitamin can really do its job.
So you're receptive to
So
it.
you're receptive to it.
You're not blocked.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing. So like if Beth, you know, thankfully Reiki was the magic thing for her, where some other patients I would start with, let's say Reiki, or I'll start with acupuncture, and if I'm getting the sense that they're not progressing in the manner that I think that they should, then I say, you know what, let's change it and switch it. You know, because you know, we have been given so many wonderful modalities on this earth to help us heal, that it's just about being open to those opportunities that you know, they'll be helpful, and it's just persevering.
And finding the right one. Now, Beth, you were mentioning that you had seen your traditional medical doctors for 6.5 years.
Correct.
Do you find that it's important when somebody has something that needs to be treated that what do they do first? Do they go to a traditional medical doctor, or should they come see you, or vice versa? How does that work?
Well, I can only say for myself that I wish I would have come to Inner Source first 6.5 years ago, before I started the traditional route, because for 6.5 years I got no relief. My symptoms were masked by drugs, by steroids, high amounts, the kind of amounts that, you know, really could kill somebody.
Dangerous.
They were affecting my liver function, my kidney function.
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling any better. I was getting worse.
Right.
And so if I would have gone this route first, gone to Inner Source, had a meeting with Dr. Pina, sat down with her, let her at least try, I think the results would have been so much different, so many years sooner. And I think it would have saved me a lot of heartache, grief,
pain,
and a lot of sadness for my family. A lot of sadness.
Right.
And I can only tell people out there, if you have someone in your family, if it's not yourself, if it's someone that you love, that has an illness, that you've tried and exhausted every avenue, don't think it's the end. Go to Dr. Pina, go to Dr. Peter, go to a holistic doctor. Give it a try. What do you have to lose? It saved my life.
Yeah.
It changed my life. It
And
gave me a second chance.
You know what? I'm looking at the books that are here, and you also have holistic solutions for anxiety and depression, and that I think is another thing that is so over medicated in this world that they don't help people.
Well,
really, they're just masking the anxieties with the Xanax, the this, the that, whatever kinds of antidepressants are the new like vitamin C, and it's frightening. I mean, it's funny, but it's really frightening.
25 to 30% of people go to the doctor have anxiety or depression, and so it's big, and it's one of the greatest selling medications.
Yeah.
Are antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications. And and that's a good example for that question. The question is, who should you see first? Now, if somebody is in a danger situation, then I think sometimes going to the conventional doctor makes the most sense. Because if it's an emergency situation, sometimes you do need a drug, and that's okay in that moment.
Right.
Or if somebody is suicidal in the case of depression. I love natural medicine, I love herbs and acupuncture, but it doesn't work in a minute, and sometimes you need something quick. So I always urge people, if there's something emergency, go to your conventional doctor. They do that the best, and they're very good at that.
Right.
But for most things,
I just have to stop you though.
Yeah.
Do you see how interesting it is to me?
What?
How you're so willing to refer when the case is needed, yes, but when the case goes the other way, it doesn't work.
Yeah. Well,
or they're not
in
participating like that.
In other words, Beth's doctor, we were talking, I think, off air, how your doctor at the end said, "Give me penis hard." So some doctors, it's starting to turn. It's starting to go both ways. And my hope is, in years from now, it's not going to be called natural medicine or holistic or alternative or conventional. It's just going to be called medicine. Because we're all going to be working together at this. And that's what's important.
Well, there's a huge history with the type of medicines that you do. I mean, it's,
ancient.
Yeah, exactly. It goes back to, I guess, before the birth of Christ, they were doing this.
Yeah.
So, it's not like it's anything new. So, but what I find funny is that it is kind of new for most people. Most people don't consider it. They, feel that, they have a headache, they take an Advil. They, have a stomach ache or the flu, they're, downing the Robitussin. As opposed to those natural herbs.
And mental health is the same. That's what I talk about in my books. That there's a lot of reasons why people have poor mood. And it has to do with, it's not about the brain. It's interesting, in Chinese medicine thousands of years ago, they didn't even look at the brain as an organ. They looked at it as something that changed depending on what was going on in the rest of the body.
Right.
And it's still true today. The digestion, most of your neurotransmitters are made in your digestive tract. So if you want to get the brain healthy, you got to get the digestion healthy.
Right.
And that's true for autoimmune issues. I'm sure that's what you guys
what we did.
It's all digestion.
One of the first things Dr. Pina told me to do was to go on the blood type diet. And, oddly enough, I had never even heard of it. And as soon as I went on the blood type diet, within 2 weeks, I saw a change. So it was a combination of the blood type diet. I started Tai Chi, which really was very helpful. And I was always thinking to myself, Tai Chi, who does that?
Right.
That's like you see a bunch of older people in Central Park doing it, but it was so helpful, and it was really so mind clearing, and it was
centering.
It was an hour that I had to myself where we meditated in the beginning of every class. Was very good for me emotionally.
Yes.
I had said on the previous show, after being on so much medication for such a long period of time, I know I was depressed. I wasn't on any antidepressant medication, but I look back on it now and I was very depressed. And something like Tai Chi, the blood type diet, going to Catalina, the Reiki was so instrumental. And that's why I continue to go to her.
Oh yeah, I can see that, and also the toxicity that builds up in your body from all of that it's incredible. I mean, it's frightening.
It is, and it's a blessing that we can now today in 2015 have some alternatives. And thank you both for being able to share that information with our audience. And Beth, your story is so impactful, and I know that there are people out there, whether it's themselves or somebody in their family, that can benefit from, Inner Source Health. So, I encourage you to, you can get it from our website. Just go to shakeitupwithkarenandregina.com. All of Dr. Pina and Dr. Peter's information is right on there. Click over, find the information about what it is that they do, how they can help you, and how you can help them get these medical services covered by, New York State insurance companies. So Guys, thanks again for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much. This was a great show. Maybe we should have you back again and we can discuss some other issues. But I want to just say this one thing. Everybody loves to complain. And you love to complain that this doesn't happen and that doesn't happen and this doesn't happen. And we're in a country where if you participate in the government, things can happen. So here's your opportunity to raise your voice and to take a stand and do something. So I really implore you, because what's happening with our, yes, we all implore you. What's happening with our healthcare system is
destructive.
It's diabolical, really. It's actually frightening. And here's your chance to get your voice heard and to do something that could really, really help a lot of people. And all you have to do is fill out a form. I mean, it doesn't get much simpler than that. So don't be lazy. Make it happen.
We love you. We'll see you August 5th.
Yes.
Love My Shoes.